And welcome back to Legally Teaching Engineer Sport. I'm Dylan here with Sam and Max Loga. We have made it all the way to episode 57. Today will be October 18th. And today we discuss sports rivalries. That's right. Rivalries make the sports world go round. You guys excited?
Absolutely.
Are
Yeah,
you
I'm
going
pretty
to?
jazzed. This is what makes sports interesting.
I would agree. What's to not beat a Buckeye? Max, what's your pick?
Mine just says state sucks, covers every state you can think of. It's not directed just at one, just any school that has state after it sucks.
Ohio,
State,
Penn,
state,
Michigan.
state.
Oh, they all suck. Nice. I
Yeah, they
like
all
that.
suck.
What are we doing tonight, Sam?
We're
Oh,
gonna talk, yeah, rivalries, and then we got Sam's Cooler Talk. You got Serenity Now. We'll probably do a little roundtable, see what's going on in the world of sports, and then we'll get out of here.
nailed it. All right, let's do it. Let's get it going with episode 57. Rivalries make the sports world go round. I like that.
So I got that for a couple reasons tonight. You
Let's hear
know,
them.
rivalries, there's some respect, some non-respect, between teams. But ultimately, respect for the Lions, the best record in the NFL.
Forward down the field. Let's
Finally,
go.
put some respect on their name. Finally.
20-6 against the Tampa Bay team that was pretty. They've actually been very solid. They have a very good defense. They have a Super Bowl winning defense. Like for the most part, most of those defenders are on the team that won the Super Bowl. Um, Baker is fine. Like he's fine. They still have Mike Evans. They still have Godwin. That was a great win.
And with all the injuries that the Lions got during the game and had coming into the game, they finished running back with Cleve Raymond playing running back. So they
Yeah,
had a
they had
lot.
no running back. Yeah, I mean Craig Reynolds.
Yeah. So I think it was like Dylan said, a very impressive win on the road. Prime time hype to go in and only hold them to 2 field goals. It's impressive.
Electric. Sam, did you watch? I couldn't.
No, I live in a very weird area. I got the Jets Phillies game instead of the Tampa game. I'm probably like it's probably the same amount of time to both spots. It's just
Huh,
unfortunate.
that's wild. Yeah, you are dead middle there, huh?
Yeah, it's
Well,
tough.
you saw a good game too because that Jets win allowed the Lions to be tied for first in the NFL. So that was all right.
Yeah, I didn't watch it.
That's okay. But yeah, Lions look awesome. I also like how you did respect because a rivalry. Coach K almost made the quote tonight said you need to have respect for it to be a rivalry. Actually, F you, Coach K, you really don't, as long as you just hate each other. I would acknowledge that respect and it kind of allows the meaning to mean that the other team's pretty good, probably. So that does go hand in hand, maybe a little bit, but I don't like Coach K. He looks like a little bitch, so that's all right. Good song choice, Max.
Thank you.
Sam, get us rolling with something on the round table.
Did you guys watch USA play Germany?
I saw highlights. I did not watch.
So Max was sitting there and I go, hey, USA just played Germany. He's like, what? So yeah. I saw the goal by
Yes, that's all that matters.
yeah, that was
Pulisic.
nasty. Yeah, that was
Yes.
nasty. I know
Yeah,
they
on a
lost.
line. They lost like 3-1. Like, yeah, Germany scored three unanswered and everything. And they were like, it wasn't a good showing for the US, but honestly, going 1-0, one up on Germany, I feel like it's a great showing for the US. But
Yeah. Did you
we
watch
led
it,
it for
Sam?
a little bit. I watched a little bit. I saw the Pulisic goal and then Germany scored, and I knew it was, yeah, I went on with my day.
Fair enough. No, that's a good one. Yeah. USA Soccer. It's gonna be back. They've got the dudes we kind of talked about in the past who really aren't American, but they're gonna say they're American so they can play. I like it a lot. Like it a whole lot. Quickly on that. So we our Instagram follows a gentleman named Jeremy. He was an intern with me at the Mud Hens. He now works for a pretty big, top gear, top notch, like sports media conglomerate of sorts. He played want to say he just played like club baseball at University of Miami, Ohio. So like nothing really major. He went over and played some like world baseball thing with Ireland because he must have a great aunt or some shit like that we were talking about, Max or Sam. So, and he reposted just recently, like, since the Olympics are going to have baseball in 2028, he posted the Ireland flag on his Instagram. So I was like, dude.
Wow. So you're gonna
So
know
yeah,
an Olympian.
yeah, throwing sliders to Mookie Betts. Good luck.
Oh God.
Wild,
Speaking of
Max.
that,
What's your
did you
yeah?
see what other sports were added? Sam, you
Flag
got your
football.
wish, dude. Flag football is an Olympic sport now,
Yeah.
along with cricket, softball. Dylan mentioned baseball, squash, and lacrosse.
Yeah, so those are for 2028 when it
Yeah.
comes to the US. More importantly, 2024, you know what they have this year? Break dancing.
What?
Yes.
How would judge
Break
that? Like,
dancing.
this gonna be like, so you think you could dance? Judges coming over?
I have no idea. I'm so excited. They also have skateboarding and surfing should be like fantastic to watch on the Olympic level. So that'd be cool.
I
That's
respect sir.
wild.
Yeah, and
Break
skateboarding.
dancing.
Skateboarding should have been a part of it.
So like that opens up the door for like singing. So let's take American
I
Idol and
don't
make it an
know. It's
Olympic
called
sport.
they call it I'll look it up, but they don't call it breakdancing.
Huh. It's wild.
That is wild. Ah, nice. I feel like I should have done different things to be an Olympian. Darn.
I know it's
You're a
Um,
pretty good speed walker, Dylan.
I know I'll be there. I gotta get my right hip replaced so then I can have two fake hips, and then I think I'll just dominate the rest of the. They won't know what's coming. I got two bionic hips coming at them.
It's true.
Uh, let's talk about MLB playoffs. Currently, I'm watching the Rangers up 5-3 on the Astros. They've already won game one. This is game two, so we're recording on Monday. There could be three games already over by the time people see this. That's okay. I don't know. What do you guys think? So we have obviously the Diamondbacks are playing the Phillies in the NLCS, an all Texas one, like I just said, Rangers and Astros. Looks like we're in the bottom of the eighth right now, 5-3. What do you guys think of this?
I love it. I think this, if the Astros don't win tonight on Monday, they're going to be down 2-0. Supposedly, Max Scherzer will be pitching game three in Rangerland, wherever they play Arlington. So that's going to be tough, I think, for the Astros to come back from.
Yeah, who you got in the NL?
Uh, I like the Phillies. I like the Phillies over there. I do like the Diamondback story, but I think the Phillies are the better team.
Sam, what are your? I guess who do you got? And then any just random thoughts.
yeah, I mean, I want to see the Diamondbacks, right? Like that'd be fantastic to watch them at least make it to the World Series. Uh, but I don't know. Astros and Rangers. I really hope the Astros don't make it. I don't like the Astros. They're boring.
Yeah, I mean, so I picked the Astros. I hope they do, but I don't think they're going to. The Rangers are hot. They're very hot, and they haven't lost a playoff game yet. They're 7-0. They win tonight. They'll be 8-0. I think the Phillies and Diamondbacks are both going to be cooled off. They're both very hot teams. So for that, I think I like the Diamondbacks to win game one because Zach Gallen's pitching. And then maybe the Diamondbacks take two at home. So I kind of like the Diamondbacks, I think, to get to the World Series.
Baseball is very streaky.
Very much so.
You're hot. You're hot.
Yeah, it really is dependent on who's in the groove right now, right? So we'll see. Max, give us another one.
So NCAA basketball, their rankings just came out today. Kansas is number one, not really a shocker. Then it goes to Duke, Purdue, and then Michigan State's number four. But the crazy thing about this, that's not really crazy. Those teams I figured would be up there, but crazy stat from today is Kentucky is ranked outside the top 15 in the first preseason poll since 2009.
Really? Wow.
First time. That was the first year John Calipari took over there. They were ranked outside the top 15. It's crazy. So ever since then, they've been in at least the top 15. So
That's wild.
yeah, pretty badass. And then shout out to Iowa women's basketball for breaking a record. Dylan's shaking his head, but 55,000, pretty sweet.
Did you see the setup?
Yeah, it was
that
an
was
atrocious
stupid.
setup.
Also,
Why'd they do
it was
that?
47 degrees.
Atrocious setup. Execution
Why?
not good, but
Why'd they put it in
all
an end
say.
zone? Just put it in the
And it was a
middle.
scrimmage. What are we doing? I have a lot of things to say about that, but I won't. Yeah, nice. College basketball is coming back. I'm very excited. My tickets just came to my email, so excited for that. Michigan's first exhibition game is November 3rd against Northwood. Hopefully, they beat the piss out of those former Gliackies. Um, I just saw a thing that Michigan was picked to finish second to last in the Big Ten in basketball. Yeah, I'll take the bet on the over on that one. Good luck with that. No way that happens. Juwan is still out. Juwan Howard did just recently have heart surgery and he's still out. So that's kind of a problem. But hopefully he comes back soon and hopefully he gets better. So
They got
Sam.
the assistant coach. That's his perfect. He'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean generally should be okay. First little early stretch there. Getting some tough games, but I agree. Back to Max saying like the rankings. I think so we live, Sam, you basically live in Michigan. So we live in Michigan. I think if Michigan State doesn't win the Big Ten and they don't go to the Final Four, and I'll be honest, if they don't win a national championship, it's probably a failure for them this year. They are very, very loaded. They're top heavy. I know Kansas is ranked number one. That's only because Hunter Dickinson went there, to be honest. And I wouldn't put too much weight in that. So
I think, like you said, if they don't get to the Final Four, it's kind of a bust. Michigan State, this has got to be one of Tom Izzo's top recruiting classes.
with
Top
everyone coming back,
yeah. Them and Purdue, I would say if those two teams don't make it to the final, Purdue didn't lose anybody. They should be.
I put
Yeah,
nothing in Purdue. They are literal. They do literally nothing in March Madness. So I put
yeah,
nothing
what
in.
is it? It's
That's what
just
I'm saying,
Eddie.
though.
Is there anything else?
It's a bust. So
Purdue will win the Big Ten, and then lose their second round matchup and not make it to Sweet 16. You can book
All
it
I know,
now.
the last time Michigan wasn't in the top 25 to start the year, I believe they went to the championship game. It's gonna be a great year.
Good stat, Sam. I like that. They have a lot of transfers. That's why I think it's a lot of unknown. So I think they could be good. I just don't know. I'm excited. I like college basketball a lot. This year we didn't do one last year, guys. We should do a college basketball preview. So we'll get more on that this year. I got another one. Just like, let's just do a quick like thought on college football before because I know we'll have our picks. We'll do our picks that come out Thursday. Um, Notre Dame beat the piss out of USC. Really, other than that, nothing crazy. I don't think anything crazy happened. Everyone else won that should have won, I think, right, guys?
Washington, Oregon, dumb coaching again. That was a good game though. Unfortunate ending for Oregon, who was up and then cost themselves with bad coaching,
Bad
going
coaching
forward
decisions.
when not needed, and then they missed a field goal to tie. But other than that, I think it was a pretty okey doke weekend. Like everything did as they were supposed to.
Yeah, agreed. This weekend coming up is a good one. Ohio State, Penn State, Tennessee, Alabama, Utah, USC. There's a lot of good
Mhm.
games, so it's gonna be a good weekend. Sam, any thoughts on college football before we get down to the next topic?
I actually watched a couple minutes of Michigan. Boring.
You did not get your cover there.
No, no, it was very boring. I turned it
Indiana went
off.
up 7-0 and lost 52-7.
Shout out to Michigan for finally getting up there, having the best odds to win the national championship now, tied with Georgia at plus 280.
On FanDuel,
Only
they are.
reason because of Brock Bowers getting hurt.
Yeah, there you go. FanDuel, they're number one, the best odds. So yeah,
Okay.
love it. All right, all right. How about shout out to the Dragons? Lake Orion moved to 8-0 as their homecoming over the weekend. They won again in a basically mercy-like fashion, running clock the whole second half. So this weekend they play Saline, team out of Ann Arbor, to try and go 9-0 and basically get essentially almost the 1 seed in D1. So go Dragons. Let's see. Hopefully they continue onward. Sam, anything else?
Red Wings looking good. Lots of goals. Loving it.
Yeah, offense looks good. The Tampa Bay sweep, right, over the weekend?
It
It
was a
was a
Tampa
Tampa Bay
Bay
sweep.
sweep.
Yeah.
It's pretty sweet. Yeah, DeBrincat looks good. Larkin's looking solid.
That they didn't do it to start the first game. They didn't have Kit with Larkin and I can't think of his name.
Brown.
No,
Braun.
Not him. They had it with him, but then they switched it the second game to the young kid, and it was they were
Raymond?
busting. Yeah, Raymond.
I did not
Yeah,
know that.
yeah. That line was killing it. They had 3 goals, I think.
They did. I know that. The Dupree Cat had 3 points, I think. So they're playing the Columbus Blue Jackets in Columbus tonight. So that's a good one. University of Michigan versus the Red Wings. So hopefully the Red Wings can beat them.
It's the University of Michigan versus the state of Michigan. Like that means have everybody born in Michigan.
Yeah, because you're right. The Red Wings literally have like 3 former Wolverines plus like 2 dudes that were just from Michigan. Yeah, you're not wrong. Nice. Astros home run, 5-4 in the bottom 8. All right, nice. Red Wings. Max, you got anything else?
No, that'll be Red Wings is on my list, but we just talked about them. That was gonna be it. So all
I'm
good.
not gonna lie, that was a wild home run too, because it's a Roldis Chapman lefty thrown at the Jordan Alvarez lefty. So nasty home run. He's bombed the shit out of it. Second run today. I have one more. Soccer districts are finishing up this week. So district finals will be this week. Taos is going to play. The playoffs go to like tomorrow, I believe. So Tuesday. So before the day before this comes out, and then they should win. Maybe just mercy Oscoda. And then they're gonna have to play. I think it's Roscommon. I don't know. That might be wrong. I need my statistician on that, Max.
That
I'm on.
sounds right. From what you sent a picture, and
Okay,
it was a nobody in Roscommon. So
regardless, I think Max, if I can convince him, we're gonna go to Rochester Adams, or we're gonna go to Berkeley High School and watch Troy Athens play Berkeley, which is number 1 and number 3 in Division 1, or we're gonna go to Rochester Adams and watch Rochester Adams play Rochester High, or no, it's Utica Eisenhower, which is like number 7 versus number 10 in Division 1. So some real good soccer. We're gonna go watch that on Thursday night for district finals. So good luck to Taos.
why'd you
Good
even put Taos in the same conversation as those teams?
Yeah. So Taos is D4, which I refed a few D4 games, like Rochester Lutheran Northwest, and they were ranked like 5 most of the year, and then they lost. I think Taos could. I don't know. Like our Taos teams would beat this team, I believe. I don't know what Taos has. We'd have to ask Cody. But good luck. All right, let's move on. We will now actually move on to Serenity Now. We will do this before we get into the best rivalries in sports. Serenity Now, sponsored by Stadium Designs. Pay $10, hop on, be a Celebrity Now speaker, and receive an LTS shirt of your choice designed by Stadium Designs. This week, our Serenity Now speaker, Max.
All right. So thank you for having me, Serenity Now. It's a good one. So back over to our friends at Bali Sports. They're killing it. Got rid of Shepard, going in the right direction. But for some reason, the Red Wings season opener, they decide not to carry. I don't know whether it's Bali's or them getting muscled out, but instead, they air the Detroit Pistons preseason basketball game instead of the Detroit Red Wings season opener in New Jersey. It's quality stuff. Serenity Now. I don't know if it's all on Bally's or what the issue is, but as a local Michigan man that doesn't have ESPN Plus, Serenity freaking Now.
Good one. Serenity Now. Yeah, that's wild.
That's 100% Disney. Just flexing. We wanted it. They wanted the New Jersey game, so they got the New Jersey game.
It's wild.
Stupid. I think I don't even know if they're on Bally's tonight.
TNT.
Are they really?
Yes, TNT tonight.
Damn, Sam's on it. Sam does say he likes hockey the most.
Well, I try to watch it. Yeah, I got ESPN Plus. It's the most useless app ever. It's literally only good during hockey season. So I check it, and if it doesn't say ESPN Plus, it will say like TNT or FSD. So
okay, right on. I watched it. So Sam, I used your ESPN Plus. Horrible announcers, just bad. They basically talked about the Devils the whole night. And
I told you, they wanted the Rangers game.
Yeah. The Red Wings dominated that first period, and you wouldn't have known it from the announcers.
Checks out.
Yeah. So I'm with Max. I can't believe Bally did not make a better effort. So bummer. But Sam's probably right. Disney said, "Come get some."
I will go on defense. It is on Bally's tonight, so they are lucky.
All right, good deal. All right, good stuff. Good job, Max. With that, let's move on to a main segment of this evening: the best rivalries in sports. Before we get into the actual teams that we think are rivals, let's talk about what makes a good rivalry. Like, what are the ingredients for such things? Sam, give me some things, a definition, your thoughts. What makes it for a good rivalry?
I don't think a good rivalry can't be one-sided, right? If a team absolutely sucks, that's not a rivalry. That's just getting murdered.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what.
like you can't have a rivalry with that. There's a back and forth to it. There's a closeness normally. Normally you're a little closer together. You intermingle more than once a year, hopefully.
Yep. Nope. I like that. Okay. Those are all good things. I think I'm aligned with you. I basically said you have to have competitive games. Um, you also have to have Coach K will call it respect. I call it pure, unadulterated hate. You literally just have to hate that school. You don't have to hate the people. You don't have to like go seek people out and like hate them. You just have to hate the idea of them. Like
Hate the
as
color combo.
yeah,
Hate the
just
mascot.
not a fan of it, right? You just got to be like, nah. And so competitive games, pure unadulterated hate, and they have to be teams that are like a good brand. You can't, it can't be. I mean, so like Oregon State, people are going to say that's a great rivalry. No, it's not because they're out sitting in Oregon and no one gives a shit. So at the end of the day, they might be great. One year they could be 10-6, and it's still not a great rivalry in my mind. I don't care. You got to have a good brand. So those are the three ingredients for me. Max, what do you got?
I think you guys hit the nail right on the head about everything. Got to be good. It's got to be relevant. My one thing, maybe Sam, you kind of touched on this, be close. I would say to make a good rivalry, you got to have a close fan base. So the fan bases can travel to away games and vice versa, commingle, as one of you guys said. I think that needs to happen to make a good rivalry. Like, you can't, like, Oregon and USC coming to the Big Ten. I don't think Michigan will ever be rivalry against them because who the hell, unless you're a millionaire from the University of Michigan, is going to be flying out to go watch and play at Oregon. Like, that's not going to make a good rivalry. So
That's so true. That's a good point. Yeah, I like that. All right, so great point. So then let's get in some rivalries. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna break down our 5 top college basketball and our 5 top college football rivalries. Before we get to there, let's talk about some general rivalries that you guys think are really good aside from the college ones, right? Let's hear some of those like random, maybe professional or just generally other good rivalries. Sam, Yanni?
Uh, I'll throw out one. So Pacquiao Mayweather.
Mm.
I don't think a lot of people would even have thought of that one, but I would consider that a great rivalry. I thought it was a great fight. So
Yeah, I like it. I didn't give a lot of thought to old, like in the past rivalries, right? In my mind, I didn't do that really, but I like that. So like like to that same point, it's like Brady versus Manning, right? So that's a good one, Sam. I like that. It was a huge fight, you're right? Millions and millions of dollars. Um, that's a good one. Max, what you got?
so I kind of, in my eyes, rivalries don't really exist in pro sports. I think that's just all for money and all for show. Like, you can say like, oh, Yankees, Red Sox, it's such a right. No, it's not. They're not going out there and throwing the ball at each other unless there's like bad blood. Like in college, I feel like it's way more intense and things. So I kind of stayed away from the pro aspect besides like old school, like Pistons versus the Bulls, or you could go Red Wings versus Penguins when they went back to back Stanley Cups. Like, that was a rivalry, or Red Wings versus Colorado. But nowadays, I don't think the pros have rivalries. I
I
know
agree.
I didn't answer your question, but that's just my thought on it.
No. That's I have like my weakest rivalries as an aspect. I think there's one professional sports rivalry, and it is Yankees Red Sox. I think there's so much hatred in the stands that those fans. I think that's why it is a rivalry. Like you've seen brawls, and I think it goes back and forth. They're both usually competitive. They're both very usually solid. I would say that's the one that maintains itself throughout time. But that's why I think Max there aren't professional sports rivalries because the teams are ever changing, right? The landscape of the teams, like the NBA is a joke now. Like players just say "smell you later" and like make super teams in Milwaukee, make super teams in Phoenix. Like there's no rivalries.
Yeah.
Most recent rivalry in basketball was probably Warriors Cavaliers. They went to the finals maybe 3 years in a row.
Yeah.
That was a good one. You're right, Max. Pistons Bulls was a good one back in the day when MJ was trying to overcome the bad boys. Lakers Celtics, Bills Cowboys, but they're short lived, so they're not really rivalries, right? Like John Glenn boys soccer versus Tawas soccer, circa like I don't know 2007, 2008. They were really good until Tawas came and said "smell ya," and then it was over. So it's not a real rivalry. So I agree. But it's like another random one though that I was thinking of was this was a really good one. Federer and Rafael Nadal.
I have that. Yeah. I have that one down too. And then going off that as individuals, Phil versus Tiger.
Oh,
I mean, as much as you could get a golf rivalry, people would go against each other. And I feel like golf's a hard sport, but I feel like their brands are rivals.
I would give you, and I will top that with the ultimate individual rivalry, Messi, Ronaldo.
you think it is?
I think it's the number one on and off the field.
Do you think they personally don't like each other?
100%.
I think they probably don't like each other too. I think it's difficult because they play team sports.
Yeah, but let's be real. Like you stack them next to each other. Like they didn't stay with those teams for so long and not play against each. They play against each other so often, twice a year sometimes.
That's true. No, I think it's fair. I think it holds some water. Sam and or Max, what if you had to pick like a soccer rivalry, what would it be? I don't even like Man City United or Barcelona.
Yeah, so I looked at that and they were saying like an Arsenal versus Man City or Man United situation. Which soccer, you're talking closeness. What is there? 12 teams all in London.
Yeah.
Like walk down the street.
Like Real Madrid or versus like Barcelona, like that kind of stuff. That's always a good one, or was a good one. So
nice. Okay. Any other kind of like random rivalries you guys can think of? So Sam threw out Messi and Ronaldo. I respect it. Max, do you have any others? Kind of random.
I mean, no, not many random ones. No, I don't know. I mean, like you could just sit down and think about all of the random ones in like college basketball and college football. Like there's random ones out there like that, and like in pro sports coming to my mind would be like, I don't know, Cubs White Sox. I guess is that a rivalry? I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't think they play enough. So like I thought maybe like Cubs Cardinals probably is. So I think baseball has more of an opportunity to withstand rivalries just because like you can play so much older and they keep the dudes. So I don't know. It just feels
there's more interactions too. You think about it, right? Like they play each other 2, 3, 4 times a year at the minimum. Like that's 12. A lot of games.
So like the Cubs Cardinals are playing each other 18 times. Yeah.
Like that's a lot of bad blood throughout a year.
It's true. No, so I think baseball has the best opportunity for that stuff. Like old school basketball, it did, yeah, but not anymore. Like NFL, no. There's no rivalries in NFL. Like I try like thinking maybe the Cowboys, but no, everyone just hates the Cowboys. Like Lions don't have a rivalry. Like yeah, people will say it's the Packers, but the Packers will say theirs is the Bears. So like it's
I actually had one on here. It was the state of Minnesota versus the state of Wisconsin. So every team in each of those states are rivals at every level.
That's a fair one. I like that.
And Hannah can even speak to that. She hates Minnesota.
It's true. Because like if you'd ask Sophia and Megan, they would say probably their biggest rival right now is Wisconsin. So
which is where Sophia came from. So that's hilarious.
Yeah.
All right. Another one I had was just sibling rivalries. I think siblings are very cutthroat. I mean, like, so just playing sports against each other growing up, we always wanted to win. I will never forget Max would lose often and go take knives out from the counters, being so upset. So yeah, I think sibling rivalries are a thing. And then also, so like I came through first and I set the bar somewhere, and then Sam and Max would come through and try and top that. It's just a thing. It's just a natural thing. So yeah, sibling
Trying.
rivalries are definitely there.
I
So
think Max and I each individually raised the bar significantly higher than wherever you left it, Dylan.
it certainly depended on what it was, wasn't it, Sam? There were certain factors you did not meet the bar. Some things you did. Fair enough. All right. Let's get into, do you want to do Max? You want to do basketball or football first?
Basketball. I'm gonna do basketball first.
All right, sounds good. Sam, give me your top 5 rivalries in basketball, college basketball.
All 5 right now?
No, you're right. Give me number 5, 4, and 3.
I did. Okay, I'll just give you random from this. This is a shout out to Bossy. Cincinnati versus Xavier.
That's a good one.
He's a fan of both teams, so it's super weird, but like that one's always a good one. He'd always put that one on. That's cool. And then you have a super obvious one, Duke, UNC. Again, closeness. They're probably less than an hour apart, if even. That's expensive tickets. People come from all over the country to watch that one.
Good one.
And then another one.
Yeah.
Michigan State.
Nope, that's a good one. I have 2 of the same ones, so I mean, I'm not going to start there though. I'll go 5. I'll work my way backwards. So my 5th is actually St. Mary's versus Gonzaga. So like the rules, right? Recently, they've both been better. St. Mary's has found a way to win some games recently. So it's one of those ones that I think if we all tune in for almost out there in the West Coast Conference is what it is. That was my number 5. My number 4 was Michigan versus Michigan State. Michigan State used to beat up on Michigan when I was kind of growing up. Michigan turned the tables there for a bit, and it's kind of equaled out now. So it's a great rivalry. I think that's almost they split every year. It's a good one. My 3rd is the state of Indiana. Indiana versus Purdue. Indiana loves basketball. They're freaky about it, like real annoying freaky about it. I've had my run-ins with Purdue fans and Indiana fans. They're both assholes. So it's a good basketball rivalry. Max, give me some.
So actually, Dylan and Sam, if you put your list together, it's my list. So at 5, I do have Gonzaga at St. Mary's or versus St. Mary's because, like Dylan said, that's a random game when they're playing at 9:30 on a Wednesday. I'll turn it on and watch because that's usually now a pretty good game. And then at 4, but I don't think we've said this one. I have Louisville and Kentucky. That's always a good one. Recent years, Louisville has been pretty good. So is Kentucky. So it's a solid one. Battle for Kentucky. And then I have Purdue and Indiana, Michigan, MSU, UNC Duke.
Nice. I have UNC Duke as number 1 and Kentucky and Louisville as number 2. So yeah, very similar list.
The UNC Duke game speaks to whoever said it, the brand. Those two teams' brand is so iconic that when they meet is people pay big money to watch that game.
Yeah, I mean, so you said that about paying for just to get into what's it called? Coach K.
I don't know.
Chapel Hill.
Coach K's court, but I don't know what's called. Shitball. That's
Camden.
Thank you, Cameron Indoor. So yeah. All right, Sam, give me your last 2.
Same as you guys. Same as the other ones you rattled off. I could go look up some different ones. You could take like UConn versus another East Coast team. I like watching UConn play.
Yeah. I like that. College basketball's got some good rivalries. Sam, I liked your Xavier Cincinnati. That was a good wild card one.
Thank you. Shout out Bossy.
I like it. Shout out to Bossy. Football. Max, start with you. Give me 5, 4, 3.
5, 4, 3. So for 5, I have Bama versus Auburn. That has had some stories behind it. Shout out to Uncle Rich, classic, the 100+ kickoff or kick return. So that's pretty sweet. Number 3, I have, or 4, sorry, number 4, I have Texas, Oklahoma. I think of recent, Baker Mayfield put that one on the map when he stuck the flag in the middle of the field and then did some things there. So that's pretty sweet. And then this one's a sleeper, I think. Army versus Navy. Maybe not so much a sleeper.
Not so much sleeper. I like it. Couple statistician errors. Baker stuck the flag in the middle of Ohio's field, um, while playing Ohio State. That's okay. And yeah, kick 6. Good call. I'll go 5. Army Navy. I think it's on my like death list of things to go see. It's maybe not the most competitive, but it's the brand, right, Sam? Right, Max? It's the
Yes.
brand. Number 4, I have the world's largest outdoor cocktail party. Sam, what's that?
The Catalina wine mixer.
Georgia, Florida. Usually a pretty competitive game. It used to be Florida dominating. Now it's Georgia dominating as of late. I think it could be a good game this year. 3, I'm with Max. I have Oklahoma, Texas. It's been really fun lately. They've had crazy games the last 3 years. Like Max had Baker and Colt McCoy and Vince Young kind of all brought it back. So yeah, Sam, give me 5, 4, 3.
All right, so I think the main thing with like college football is the rivalries have like names to them, right? Like a great rivalry has a great name to it, and that's what makes it. So I had Army Navy on there as well. One you guys didn't mention was Harvard Yale.
Nice.
The battle of the brains. That's a fantastic one. And then I also have on here Texas and Oklahoma, and I did do a Kentucky Louisville.
Ooh,
Just because
went
of
to football,
closeness.
Kentucky Louisville. I like it.
Yeah, I didn't put them in basketball.
All right. I think we all know number 1 for all of us, but number 2 for me was the Iron Bowl, Bama, Auburn. Like Max said, everything I agree with. Number 1's definitely for me, Michigan, Ohio State. It's the game. Michigan was definitely crappy for 10 years. They obviously lost 10 years in a row, and it was less. It would probably be in like 5th on the best college football rivalries. It has become now a battle to literally get into the college football playoff, essentially. So it is definitely number 1. It is the most meaningful game of the year. It's going to be that again. They're going to both be 11-0 when they see each other. It is the best game. Max, give me 2 and 1.
So 2-1 for number 1 is Michigan, Ohio State. For number 2, I went back between Notre Dame versus Michigan and Michigan State versus Michigan. But Michigan State's been so bad. But Notre Dame and Michigan don't play very much. So you could coin flip that for number 2. But when Michigan does play Notre Dame, it's usually a classic, like under the lights, Denard Robinson, backyard pass. I'll never forget that one. And then Michigan State's just the little brother. So
number 2. I will say, to your point on Michigan State, I've talked to a few Michigan State fans, and they've already given up on the year. And I've heard zero talk. And so here's my statement to Michigan State fans: if you're not talking shit now, you can't talk shit any point ever, because you can't do that. You either have to be on board as your team, or you just get off. So that's all I'm going to say. Sam?
Yeah, obviously Michigan, the game. Like I said, great nickname. It works. Michigan, Penn State. Now that you guys said it, I think that's a fantastic rivalry that's growing every day. But I went over to Texas actually for my number 2 and gave me Baylor, TCU. You could really take any of those Texas teams, but
yes, I like it. Yeah, rivalries make sports. I like it a lot. I'm excited to see kind of what comes from this. Like the rivalry games that are coming up. So we'll see. With that, we will head to Sam's Cooler Talk. Sam's Cooler Talk is presented by Modelo. Sam, are you excited for this week's Cooler Talk?
Of course, I'm always excited.
Unfortunately, it's going to take more than 1 minute. So we're going to. So Sam's Cooler Talk is presented by Modelo. Shout out to Modelo. Looking for a crisp lager that's moderate on calories and masterful on flavor, Max?
Absolutely.
Nice. Look no further. Modelo Especial. Modelo Especial is more than just a Mexican summer sipper or a fall fun beer. It's the official beer of the Saturday morning soccer parents and Thursday night. It's almost the weekend. Celebratory. Stop into your local Kroger or like-minded grocery store to grab yourself some Modelo Especial. Cerveza. Straight to the cabeza. All right. This week, Sam, 5 questions, 30 seconds. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. Least athletic state in the country.
Minnesota.
Nice, fuck knobs. All right. Favorite person from the movie Miracle.
Oh, the goalie, the one that like injures himself but comes back.
Jimmy Craig.
Yeah, Jimmy Craig. There it is.
Nice. I'm an O'Callahan guy, but I like the answer. Sam, do you think Barry Bonds should be in the Hall of Fame?
Yes, I do.
Agreed. Nice. Do you think Taylor Swift put out before she officially started dating Travis Kelce?
What is she like, 30 something?
Yeah.
For sure.
What's age got to
Nice,
do with it?
Sam, fill in the blank. Before you die, you will attend it's got to be a sporting event.
I would say, I mean, World Cup's an easy answer, but I'm gonna say the Olympics. I'm kind of getting
Okay.
really excited for those.
All right, 2028. Good job. 5 questions answered very quickly and succinctly. Good job, Sam. All right, that's all for episode 57 of Legally Teach Engineer Sports. Rivalries make the sports world go round. Before we get out of here, any final thoughts from you guys about sports rivalries? Michigan State this weekend, Michigan, Ohio State. I don't know, just anything about rivalries. Anything, Sam?
They're good for the sport. Just don't take it too far.
Yeah.
Be nice.
Yeah, be nice. Be respectful.
Yes.
Max.
State sucks.
Yeah, that's good stuff. State sucks. Yeah, it just works so many ways. State sucks. I agree. That's just where I'm going to leave it too. Good job. State. All right, that's all for episode 57 of Legally Teaching Engineer Sports. Rivalries make the sports world go round. Our quote comes from Carson Palmer. You don't have a real rivalry unless both sides are great teams. I so agree, Carson. Thank you. Thank you, Carson. With that, Sam, what's our POV?
POV's PVO.
Positive vibes only. That's right. Thank you to our great heroic listeners, especially Mr. Tom Sellinger, a father of 2 recently, and Mr. Anvil Jack. Comment it on YouTube and make sure, and you might receive an LTS prize, Sam's choice. Thank you.